Hello, everyone. Welcome to Barca News. It is January 8th, 2025, and we now know when Joao Cancelo will be arriving in Barcelona. Also, Chelsea set to launch another effort to sign a Barcelona midfielder. And finally, Quique Setien. We finally paid him. We have a lot to discuss, so let's begin. Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Mo. We'll begin this video with the news that we will be having another El Clásico match during this 2025-2026 season, because today Real Madrid defeated Atletico de Madrid in the second semifinal of the Spanish Super Cup 1-2 with goals of Valverde and Rodrigo, and as such Real Madrid will be headed to the final where they're going to face off against Barcelona on Sunday. So ladies and gentlemen, we have another El Clásico match this season. We have another El Clásico match in the final of the Spanish Super Cup, and hopefully we will repeat last year's result where not only we hopefully win, but hopefully we'll be by a big margin. Now, I gotta say this. I am not worried. I am feeling confident about the final, and in fact, I am looking forward to it. Why? Because today I watched the match. I watched the semifinal between Atletico Madrid and Real Madrid, and it was an absolute shit show. It looked like it was a competition on who was worse, because both teams were absolutely abysmal. And not only that, not only is Real Madrid so terrible this season and even last season, but they don't even have the gas or the stamina to sustain 90 minutes. By the 70th minute, they looked tired, they looked exhausted, they were barely hanging on, and Atletico Madrid launched an attack after attack after attack. They were pummeling Real Madrid, but they weren't lucky, they weren't efficient with their chances, they weren't able to equalize, and as such, Real Madrid won, even though Atletico de Madrid were much better. And this is not the first time we've seen this. We've seen this time and time again with Real Madrid, where by the 70th minute, they're just done. They're just tired. They're wasting time. They're barely hanging on. They're begging the referee to stop the match. So, ladies and gentlemen, I am not worried. Not to mention, by the way, Real Madrid's first goal was from a free kick. It was from a foul. There was a non-existent foul on Jude Bellingham. Now, don't get me wrong. It was one hell of a shot by Valverde, even though the wall was, abysmal. If you see the wall that Atletico Madrid set up, three guys from a distance that close to the goal, huge gap on the right, huge gap on the left. All Valverde had to do is just shoot the ball straight. He didn't even have to curve it. Don't get me wrong, amazing shot, amazing goal. But what the hell was Atletico Madrid thinking? But anyway, this free kick was as a result of Jude Bellingham diving, because it looks like Bellingham, Mbappe, Vinicius, they have all graduated from the Madrid Royal Academy of flopping, because every single match, week after week, if you blow on them, if you sneeze on them, they just drop. And honestly, I don't even blame the players anymore. I blame the referees, because per the rules, if a player simulates a foul, they need to get a yellow card, but they don't. Instead, a lot of time these players get away with it, and if they don't get away with it, they don't get shown a yellow card. So of course, why would they stop flopping? If it works most of the time, and when it doesn't work, there are no repercussions, of course they're gonna continue to do it, because these referees are allowing it. It's time that the refs say enough is enough, because we complain about referees making mistakes. Well, how about the players who try to lie and fool and deceive the referee and incite them to make a mistake? How about that? And by the way, if you're a player who's constantly flopping and diving, you have no right to complain when the referee makes a mistake against you, because you're consistently trying to lie to him and incentivize the referee to make a mistake in your favor. So you're either completely against refereeing mistakes, or you're completely in favor of them. You don't get to have it both ways, where you're in favor of refereeing mistakes if they're in your favor, or you're against mistakes if they're against you. That doesn't work. But anyways, I'm very confident about our chances in the final. I feel very excited. I'm looking forward to it. After all, as I said a million times, the only reason Real Madrid defeated Barcelona in the first El Clásico match during this season in La Liga was not because they were so great. It was because we, as a team, Barcelona, were so awful. We arrived in that match with so many injuries. We arrived at that match during a really bad time in the season where we were playing like absolute garbage. And despite all of that, Real Madrid were only able to beat us by 1 goal difference, and wasting time during the final 20 minutes and begging the ref to blow the whistle. A healthy Real Madrid, given how bad we were playing, should have been able to completely annihilate us. But they did it because that's how bad they are. And now Barcelona are in a different situation. We've recovered our most important injured players. We're playing much, much better. Not to mention, our team is going to be well rested because not only do we have an extra day of rest because we played yesterday, Madrid played today, but we didn't even exert ourselves. I mean, our players only exerted themselves during the first 45 minutes. The second half, the players were walking around because that's how horrible Athletic Club de Bilbao were. Also, because we were able to annihilate Athletic Club de Bilbao in the first half, Flick was able to substitute all the players that he wanted and needed. Rafinha only played one half. Lamine only played one half. Pedri only played 60 minutes. So our team is going to be much better rested. We've recovered all of our important players. We're playing much, much better. And I really feel confident about our chance. And now, of course, don't get me wrong. Real Madrid could still win. They have the firepower. Worse teams have beaten better teams plenty of times throughout history. So that could still happen. But nonetheless, I feel confident. And of course, my question to you is, what do you think our odds are for winning the final of the Spanish Super Cup and winning our first trophy of the season? Let me know down below in the comment section. Now, let's move on to the next bit of news because, ladies and gentlemen, guess who has won the Player of the Month for the month of December? Well, it's no other than Lamine Yamal, who has won the Best Player of the month of December after winning it during November. So 2 months in a row, Lamine Yamal has been chosen the best player of La Liga. And of course, Madridistas, guess what? Lamine Yamal will be playing the finals. So watch out. Watch out, since you guys are so obsessed with him. Hopefully, he'll be able to score some goals against Madrid. Now, more news because, ladies and gentlemen, we now know when Joao Cancelo will be arriving in Barcelona. Now, as we know by now, Barcelona are set to sign Joao Cancelo on a loan from Al Hilal until the end of the season. And the question has been, when will he arrive? Because it seems like this deal was done several days ago. And well, it seems that Joao Cancelo will land in Barcelona tomorrow, Friday, January 9th, 2026. Joao Cancelo will arrive in the city of Barcelona, where he will head directly to the Barcelona hospital, where he will undergo the medical exams. And if all the medical exams are good, they're clear, which is expected that's what's going to happen, then Joao Cancelo will sign his contract with Barcelona. Now, Joao Cancelo, of course, will fly to Barcelona alongside his agent, Jorge Mendes. And after the medical exams, he will be looking for a home where he will be living in Barcelona for the next 6 months. Now, of course, we're going to have to see when Barcelona will make this announcement official, because given that we have a final on Sunday, they might maybe wait until next week to make the official announcement, or maybe they make it this weekend. We'll see. But one thing for sure is Joao Cancelo tomorrow will undergo medical exams ahead of his move to Barcelona on a 6-month loan. Now, on to the next bit of news, because Chelsea are set to mount another effort to sign no other than Fermin Lopez. Now, as you know, Chelsea are in the habit of wasting money because apparently they have a money printing machine back in London where they just print infinite amount of money and then they go on crazy shopping sprees. Well, it's reported that Chelsea are looking to reinforce their squad. I don't know how. They have 200 million players. I mean, how much more reinforcements do you need? But anyways, Chelsea are looking to splurge this summer again, and they're looking to spend 150 million euros on 2 players. One is Leao, and the other one is Fermin Lopez. I don't know what the breakdown is, if it's 75-75 or 80 for Leao and 70 for Fermin. I don't know what the breakdown is, but there's one thing clear. Barcelona are not looking to sell Fermin. Fermin is not looking to leave. So for 70 million euros, don't worry, Chelsea. We will send you a signed and autographed Fermin Lopez kit. And fuck it, we'll throw in some autographed cleats as well. Now, we will end today's video with the news that Quique Setien, the former Barcelona player, has finally been fully paid. Now, as you know, Quique Setien had a really short and horrible stint at Barcelona, where Barcelona ended up firing him. And of course, when you fire someone and they have a contract, you have to pay them the rest of their contract. Now, Quique Setien initiated a lawsuit against Barcelona, and well, now he is officially paid. Now, of course, the Madrid-based media have taken advantage of this news to, throw digs at Barcelona, where all their headlines today was, Barcelona took 4 years to pay me. because that's part of what Quique Setién said. But of course, they neglected to cover the rest of his statements. And this is what the former Barcelona coach had to say. Everything has been resolved. Barca took 3 to 4 years to pay me. That has been all the headlines on Madrid-based media. Barca took 3 to 4 years to pay me, but they forgot the rest of the statement. But they have now made all the payments they owed me, and they no longer owe me anything. I don't regret going to Barca. They forgot about that statement. I don't regret going to Barca. I would have liked it to have been different, but I didn't arrive at a time when the lads were excited, enthusiastic, and in good spirits. Sadly, it was different. So apparently they forgot that paragraph about him not regretting coming to Barca. And by the way, he also said that Villarreal, who also sacked him, have not paid him, and it's been 2.5 years. They also forgot to mention that. But anyways, Quique Setién not regretting coming to Barca despite being sacked. But of course, he did come at a bad time into a toxic locker room that they weren't looking to listen to him. And that proves, a point that I always saying on this channel. It doesn't matter how talented you are as a coach. It doesn't matter if you're a visionary and have this amazing, crazy, God-given tactics that nobody can stop. If the locker room do not believe in you, if the locker room don't respect you, if the locker room don't listen to you, well, it's pretty pointless. And that's what's happening with Xabi Alonso at Real Madrid. Now, Quique Setién also had some words about what's going on right now with Barcelona under Hansi Flick, and this is what he said. The players are the protagonists. I think Flick's influence is very strong. He's a very demanding man, and the squad has accepted his approach. Again, accept is very, very important. Although it may seem like a suicidal idea at times, he gives Barca much more than he takes away. Note that. He gives Barca much more than he takes away. He is building a young team that will grow over time. I think it's a very solid team, and I like it. Now, of course, the suicidal thing, he's talking about the highline, which is everyone's favorite scapegoat. Whatever Barcelona loses, highline. When they draw, highline. When they win, what's a highline? I've never heard of it, right? Hey, Barcelona lost, but it was because Lewandowski got the ball in the opponent's box and then turned around and ran back to our own goal and scored our own goal. Highline. Barcelona lost because default. They didn't show up. Highline. People love the highline. They love to screen the highline because, of course, it's the easiest thing to blame. It takes a lot more thought and detail and rationalizing to try to break down why a team actually lost. But of course, it's much easier to just scream highlight and move on. Anyways, that is all the news for this video. We'll be uploading another video in a few moments, so stay tuned to the channel. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment. And as always, Viscarsa.